I'm Sharon Johnson. I'm here with Tammy at Superstar Hair and Wigs.
Hello everyone.
And I'm so happy to be finally meeting you and talking with you.
Thank you.
It's just wonderful to keep finding new, or you'll straighten us out about the newness, about new to me,
Yes.
Black-owned businesses that deal with hair and beauty and everything else. So that's what I really want to talk to you about. So you've been in this industry how long?
I've been at this location for 15 years.
Over the 15, 20 years, what have you seen change as far as women and particularly wigs?
Females are starting to realize that wigs are not just their grandma wigs, where, you know, because everyone always have a stereotype. It's so
That's right.
funny. Some people, they first time trying on a wig, they actually so nervous because they feel as if it's gonna look like a wig, or either it's gonna look like my grandma, or somebody's gonna pull it off, or, you know, they always have that type of stereotype about wigs. But when they try it on, they realize that it looks so realistic, and they tend to say, okay, well, this is something that I can wear either casual wear, or either something I could wear for auditions, or like we have a lot of people, it's just for like a stay ready.
Okay.
You know, that's
Stay
what I call
ready.
them. I call them stay ready.
Stay ready now.
Yes.
So I had interviewed another colleague of mine, and she mentioned alopecia.
Yes.
Do you ever have customers who come in who are looking for remedies for hair loss, and have you seen a lot of hair loss over the years?
Well, I have seen not so much of alopecia of hair loss. I have seen neglect of females taking care of their hair.
Got it.
I am a licensed cosmetologist,
Okay.
so I'm able to diagnose
Okay.
a situation immediately.
Okay.
And a lot of people, whether having braids or like any type of hairstyle, you cannot have one hairstyle for a long duration because it tends to get weak in certain areas.
Okay.
So you always have to like maintain moisture, maintain conditioning,
Okay.
clip your ends. You know, it's so many different reasons. You get people that's going bald on the edges because they wearing their ponytails too tight. It could be a certain type of wig that's constantly grabbing on the edges. It can be braids, it can be twists. It's so many different reasons. So you always have to make sure in between your wigs, in between your braids, in between any type of styles that you are moisturizing your hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the easiest way, or the best way, let's say, to do that, to maintain your hair if you're wearing either extensions or wigs or what have you?
Okay, so if you're wearing a wig, what I like to do, I throw my hair, well, I braid my hair into like, down for a minute, but I would braid my hair into like 6 braids.
Okay.
And then so therefore my scalp is exposed and open underneath the wig. I will put like every 2 days, I'll sit down while I'm watching TV, or, you know, in the middle of something, and I'll just oil my scalp. And every 2 weeks I take these braids out, wash my hair, condition my hair, and re-braid them up. So, and that's all it takes, 6 braids. And if you can't do it, there's so many hairstyles. I mean, so many hairstylists that can do it for you.
Okay.
Alopecia is something that you cannot control.
Okay.
So, when we have customers coming to us for alopecia, there's no a remedy for it per se. The only thing we can try to tell you to do is, if you went to a dermatologist, they will give you certain type of cream if your scalp is irritated in that area. But I would tell people to moisturize their scalp with a natural products. And you know, if you like a hairpiece, there's bangs, there's toppers, there's half wigs, U-part wigs. There's so many different things to wear. Alopecia, for those that don't know, you know, for those that don't know, alopecia is hair loss and on your head, and sometimes and also on your body as well, where you can't control. So it can be in the front of your hair, it can be in the back of your hair, and so on and so on. I actually had a customer that had alopecia only on the side, so it actually looked like a hairstyle, you know. So it's so many different ways that we can help you find a comfortable style with alopecia, but there's no remedies to fix alopecia.
Okay. And so what are some of your best selling? Like, what do people come in looking for, a certain kind of wig, or does it vary?
It varies, but I'm gonna give you 3 different types of people. The people I call them wig virgins. They're a wig virgin, right? So they would come in and they're looking for a natural wig.
Okay.
So they're looking for something short that shapes their face, not too much, not too, you know, they want to make sure that it looks good. Then you have the princesses that come here and they want the wig to hit the floor. So we got to give them the popping wigs. That's what we call it. All the colors, all the hair that hit the floor. Then we have a lot of customers that come in for straight hair that have alopecia or cancer, and they looking for something. It's in between. I'm looking for something that I can play with that I wouldn't normally do, but I also want something that's realistic. So we always have to find the happy medium for all those customers.
Okay. And what are the pros and cons of synthetic versus
human? The fibers on the synthetic hair are heat friendly, so you're able to manipulate the hair if you have time for that. But if you're looking for something like me, I wear my synthetic wigs. I'm very hard on wigs because I have a busy lifestyle. I wear my wigs 3 to 4 weeks. I had a customer, she took her synthetic wig as if it was her own hair. She would have that wig for 6 months, believe it or not. Wow. She would hot curl it, she would put her spray in it, and it looked amazing. Then I have customers who are dancers, and they'll have their wig for 4 days. So it really depends. Now, human hair, you're able to wash human hair, condition it, sometimes a color human hair, and it does have a longer duration than a synthetic hair. But the cons of human hair is that they don't have as many styles or color selection as synthetic hair. Okay.
Because I think that's usually the most, that's what people hesitate with the most about wearing wigs. They don't want it to look, well,
wiggy.
Right.
Wiggy. No,
Although some people, if they're wearing it for fashion, they don't care. It's like, yes, this is a wig. I don't care if you know it's right. My hair is not blue, but I'm wearing this wig, right? So
now, I'm going to tell you that the main thing about encouraging people to wear wigs is that you have to own the wig. The wig cannot own you. Gotcha. The moment you try on a wig and you automatically start to the wig has taken over. You have to own the wig. You see people sometimes with huge hair that looks ridiculous, but they look amazing because they like
right, they own it.
Yes. And you're like, wow, that turquoise hair look amazing.
That's
on
right.
her. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's because she's owning it. So the first thing I tell any new customer, any wig virgin, is that you have to own it. Okay. You are in control. You have to own your wig. Okay. You have to own your wig. You have to make that wig your own. If the hair is too curly, but you like the curls, shape it up. Okay. You know, if it's too straight, either with a synthetic, you can curl it. With human hair, you can curl it. So it's so many different ways that you can manipulate a wig or for you to own it.
So when you say own it, that sort of leads into this issue of self-perception or self-worth. If you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to be able to own the wig. Do you ever have to sort of talk customers through feeling better about themselves?
There's two sides of that. When a customer is going through chemo and they lost their hair, we have to encourage them. We have to. I'm a very how could I say? I'm not gonna say forward, but I'm a personable person. So I always make sure that when I confront any situation, that I think of it as if how would I want somebody to confront me.
Okay.
And when you are talking to someone that's not sure about how they look, you always have to say, you have to own it. Because we tell customers all the time, I'm not in your life. What we see you as, the ones that we know and don't know their lifestyle, you are a blank canvas to us. You are a mannequin. So when you try on a wig and it looks amazing, oh my God, this blonde hair looks amazing on you, and you're like, oh my God, it looks awful, it's because we're not in your lifestyle and you're not used to that. So we always try to ask questions. Okay, so what do you don't like about this wig?
Right.
I even had customers that would come to me and say, I want this style, this color, this shape. And I would give them that style, that, no, that's not what I was talking about. I said, no, this is what you told me.
Right.
So then that goes back into also saying every style that you might think of might not necessarily be good for you, for your head shape, for your body shape, you know, or for what you're trying to do. I tell customers, everybody is not Beyonce. That color is one of our most popular colors that people always come in here and inquire about. But you know, 40% of the people that try it on be like, no.
Don't look right.
Yeah.
What color is it? Is it some sort of
It's like a blonde.
Okay.
It's a honey blonde, brown, and like a blonde color. You know.
Okay.
Everybody know
The Beyonce. That's right.
Yes.
Her hair.
And she gets her braids from here. Her hairstyle.
Are you
shops
serious?
Here.
Oh,
Yes,
that's too much.
yes,
Hey,
yes.
so y'all need to come on down.
Yeah,
Get some of that Beyonce vibe, right?
yes.
So you've been in this business a while. What inspired you? What sorts of literature did you read as you were studying for your license that inspired you and that you think might help viewers?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't really read any books. My personality, I always had this personality. I always had that personality. So it's really hard for me to kind of explain, because when people don't have this personality, I'm looking like, well, you know, you know. But what I can say is that I have read the Bible from front to back, and there's nothing new. So when I approach people in this situation, I'm a little bit more sympathetic, and I'm calm about things. I tend to approach it in the good, so more so than the bad. You know, and I think that's what works here. You see the customer who came here earlier, and I stopped and I greeted her, and you know, it's just me. And Oprah says something, be your authentic self.
Yes.
And whatever it is, it works for you.
Yes.
You know, and I feel, and I didn't realize it, but that's who I am. I'm my authentic self.
Yes. And so where can people find this lovely authentic self on social media?
Superstar Hair and Wigs. We are located at 11322 Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, California. We're also online at superstarhairandwigs.com. You will see a YouTube page in the future, and you will see us being a little bit more on social media.
Okay, so come on in, get some hair, get some beauty going on,
Yes.
get some of this beautiful vibe, this lovely personality, this beautiful spirit here.
Thank you so much.
I thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Yes,
and I look forward to your YouTube channel.
Thank you. I just want to say that this is my first time meeting her, and every time she would make a comment on my Instagram, I do all the Instagram, and I will always look at her pictures. Her pictures are always so welcoming. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, could I have a
Yes, definitely. Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And when I get more comfortable, I might have to come in for a little wig.
Yes, come through. We got you.
Okay.
Come to Superstar Hair and Wigs for all y'all beauty needs. Y'all already know what's up.
Yes,
Bye.
come on in. Okay, bye.